Hi guys, welcome to my electrostatics demo. I'm going to be testing the ability of different materials to create a static charge and hopefully testing the polarity of that charge. So I'm going to do that using this. It's just a homemade electroscope, and basically what it is, it's just an aluminum pie plate with a styrofoam cup and a straw through it, which is attached to this little metal ball. And this little metal ball just rests along the edge here. And when I charge something like this styrofoam plate with a balloon, it gives the styrofoam plate either a positive or a negative charge. And then I put this on top of it. If it's, imagine the plate is negatively charged, it would repel the electrons in the aluminum to go towards the edge of the pie plate. And so it'll have more of a negative charge here. And then that will make the little aluminum ball become charged negatively as well, because it's in contact with this aluminum. And then because they both have like charges, they'll repel each other. So the more strength the object has, the more it'll be repelled. And if it's not repelled, then either it doesn't have, the charge isn't powerful enough to give the ball enough force to move, or it just doesn't create any charge at all. And in order to test the polarity of it, or what the charge is positive or negative, I have a glass which I'll rub with some plastic wrap, hold it next to this, and when I rub the glass with a plastic wrap, it'll give this a net positive charge. So then when I hold it nearby, it'll either repel or attract, depending on this is positively or negatively charged. And that hopefully will tell us whether it's positively or negatively charged. Okay, so I did 3 trials for 3 different materials. I used styrofoam, mostly wool blanket, and 100% polyester cloth. So I did each rub for about 30 seconds each. Anyway, I won't make you sit through all the rubbing for all the trials. I'm just going to show you some examples here. Just going to make sure this one's extra charged so you guys can really see it. Okay. So set that on top. As you can see, it gets pushed away. Then using a wooden ruler, you would measure that. I already measured it and you guys will see those results. So a couple of more interesting things you can do. Well, first let's try and test the polarity of this using our saran wrap method. Hopefully, if this is negatively charged, it'll be attracted, and if it's positively charged, it'll be repelled. So you can see it's being attracted to it. Then another thing you can do is, if you hold your finger next to it, it's kind of interesting, is it really bounces back and forth, because it deposits its electrons in your finger, and then it loses its charge, but then it goes back down and touches the foil, then gets charged again, so it wants to repel away from the foil again, goes back to your finger, touches your finger, loses its charge, drops back down. Anyway, that's basically what's happening there. So now we can try this. Oh, one more interesting thing you can do is if you take a dryer sheet and you rub it. Oh, also when you pick this up, it does like to stick to it. That's just because this foil has been polarized, so the positive part of the foil is also touching the negative plate, so they want to attract to each other. I can just pull that off and sort of ground these on a bit of metal that's poking into the ground. Okay, I don't know if that actually does much, but it seems to work. Anyway, so let's try this again. probably don't need to rub it this much, but I chose to just because I was having some trouble with the other materials getting them to be statically charged enough. This styrofoam really works well. So let's try rubbing it with the dryer sheet this time. For like 2 seconds. And then we put it on top. As you can see, nothing happens. It's because the dryer sheet is supposed to, you know, absorb the static electricity from your clothes when it's in the dryer. So it seems to do its job pretty well. This is the Costco brand, so make sure you buy that. Anyway. Hey guys. Okay, well here we are in the wool. Just gonna rub this guy. 30 seconds. Hopefully. Well, it doesn't seem like it's doing much. I was having better results with this earlier, but you can still see a little movement, so it's still, you can tell it's attracted to it at least. Maybe. Yeah, it seems to not be working very well right now, but earlier you definitely could see some movement, just a little bit. Okay, and then last but not least, polyester. Actually, this one is the least. At least as far as I know. Even worse than the wool, so you probably won't see any movement on this one either, but okay. As you can see, there's no movement on this one either, but there is at least a little bit of charge. You can tell it moves a little bit. Well, at least there's that. Okay, well, those are the 3 materials I tried, and you guys will see the table that shows sort of my observations and the data I collected. But that's pretty much it. Thank you guys.